invite Ben Jack to join us now while he's getting settled. I'll just introduce him. Ben's a farmer in Fife, and he's on the Sainsbury's Dairy Development Group, which is one of the supplier groups, one of the first supplier groups, I think, that was put together to work closely with Sainsbury's. Perhaps, Ben, you just explain to us in a couple of minutes how the development group works.
Well, to take you back to the start, the dairy industry was in crisis 5-6 years ago. Agriculture had probably gone through a period of being institutionalised, for want of a better word, between the milk marketing boards and subsidies and so on. And suddenly we had to find markets. Sainsbury's realised that there was an issue of the dairy farmers going out of business. And we started with a clean slate, basically right from the very start. And this meant that initially we were going to look at all the issues. We were protected slightly by a premium over the market price, and that gave an incentive to the farmers to get more involved and start it from there. We looked at welfare, which has been talked a lot about, and I can elaborate a lot on that later on if you would like, but welfare was one of the big issues, and to get sustainability in that issue, we realised that you have to be profitable to be able to afford to look after the animals properly. But when you start to look after the animals properly, you become more profitable. So there was a win-win in that situation. Same for carbon footprinting. Now all 350 dairy farmers are carbon footprinting. Again, to be honest, there was a big sigh when it was first mentioned to all the farmers, and they go, God, we'll do it if they want us to do it. But now we're realising that actually the biggest driver in carbon footprinting is efficiency. And we're now discovering nobody's thinking about carbon footprinting. What they're thinking about is we all benchmark our fuel, our electricity, our fertiliser usage, even our crop selection, varieties, and so on. These are all looked at now, and the more we look at it, the opportunities are endless. And so by improving our carbon footprint, we are also improving our profitability.
Now, you said there was a bit of a sigh when that objective was passed around. Have there been any occasions where the group's been confronted by something that Sainsbury's would like you to do, but where you felt actually it cuts across the commercial viability of what you're doing?
Yes, well, we now we've moved from a premium above the marketplace, but the problem with that was there were times even with the premium you were below the cost of production. So we're now onto a cost of production system which started in May, and we are now in a situation where we allow not Sainsbury's but a separate consultancy group gets to open books audit of our accounts, and all the dairy costs are taken out and averaged throughout the 350 farmers. That average is then given to Sainsbury's, and we have a calculation that we basically we are getting a profit enough for investment and profit, and it is given the whole farm, the whole group, sustainability in the sense that we can see a way forward, we can invest, we've got a confidence that we've never ever had before from this setup. So that was an area where a lot of farmers obviously didn't want to open their books. And so we did have quite a few issues of just trying to explain where we were headed with this to the farmers, but I'm really pleased to say that I think it was 83% of the farmers voted yes to that. And after what happened this summer, I think that figure will have gone up considerably.
And it doesn't apply to milk in your case, I know, where Sainsbury's is your buyer, but is there any comparison you can make between Sainsbury's and other supermarkets that you supply in other areas that you can make a comparison as everyone else has been asked to do?
In milk, I don't supply anybody else, but in other areas, I supply lamb, for instance, to and will end up being through Morrisons. They have a different model where they actually own the abattoir and the meat processing. So even though you're not dealing directly with Morrisons, effectively you are in a roundabout way. But there is no, there's no further story to that. It's just a case of I'm selling my lamb to Morrisons, and it's because they are giving me a certain price for that lamb. So that is a different model.
Right.
Yeah.
Great. Well.